Hey guys, and welcome to Homeschool-ology. Today's video is what we are going to be doing for our upcoming Titanic Unit Study. So this is kind of just going to be like an overview of like the materials I've gotten and things like that. I haven't actually laid out exactly what we're going to be doing yet, but I wanted to give you guys, I know there's been a lot of interest on my Instagram, so I wanted to give you guys an idea of like what we'll be using to do this unit study, and then I'll update you with another video later on about how it goes. So if you're new here, my name is Nikki. I'm a homeschooling mom of 4, and on this channel I like to talk to you guys about all things secular homeschooling and maybe a little bit about motherhood. Before we go any further, I hope you will head on down and subscribe to this channel, ring that notification bell, and give this video a thumbs up. So, I don't know about you guys, but I was a sucker for all things Titanic growing up. So when my daughter said that she wanted to do a unit study on Titanic, I was like, yes please, and dove headfirst into finding all the resources I could to make this really exciting for her. So basically, we read the History Smashers Women's Suffrage book. I can't remember the title exactly, but we read that one for Women's History Month, and my daughter just fell in love, and I did too. These books are really awesome. If you are interested in at all about like the real history behind things, these books are excellent. They're fun to read. They have lots of pictures, lots of details that are visual. They're just fun to read, and it's really cool. There's a lot of information in them that I was not aware of. You know, they try to pull out those lesser known details about history. So these books are really excellent, and so my daughter has asked for that this year for our history is to go ahead and take each of the remaining books. Unfortunately, there's only like 5 books in the series so far. I really am hoping that they're bringing new ones because we love this series, and I hope they'll bring out a lot more. But so she wants to take the rest of these books from the History Smashers series and do mini unit studies on each of them. So that's what our plan is, and the next book she chose was the Titanic book. And so I'm super excited about it, and this is kind of what we'll be using as like our spine for this unit study. So what I have done, now my mother-in-law and brother-in-law are really good about picking up books for my kids when they think they might like them, and so they went to the Unsinkable Molly Brown's home in Colorado, Denver, Colorado, which we're hoping to visit on our summer trip. So that should be really fun, a nice way to wrap up this unit study for my daughter. But anyways, when they were there, they picked up this book and these books for my kiddos. So we are going to see if these fit in well with our unit study. These ones I think are just kind of like a narration, kind of like a fiction narration, but using details from the Titanic. So these ones I'm not so sure about, but I know we'll be studying Molly Brown because we're hoping to get to her home.
Can I show them that one?
Mm-hmm.
Titanic book.
What is it? Read the whole title.
Oh, escape this book.
Titanic.
Yeah.
And this is the one that you've done almost the whole book already, right? You want to show them a little bit of what you've done on the inside?
Where is it? This one.
And so basically this book is meant to just kind of tear apart and destroy and make you, it's one of those build your own ending kind of books. And so
there's 3 ways.
There's 3 ways that you can go, and she's done the first one completely and the second one completely, right?
I think.
Almost completely.
Yeah.
And then she's got the last one that she's going to do because she decided she wanted to do them all. And yeah, so she's been really enjoying this book so far. So this one is a big win in our
these are pages to color.
These are pages to color?
Yeah.
And there's 2 other books in this Escape This Book series, and of course she's asked for the rest of them. So this is a really good series.
Goodbye.
Bye. And then I found a post, I'm just trying to remember the name of it, Teaching with a Mountain View, that had a really nice layout and some great resources on it. And so that, I'm going to link that down below for you guys, but that's kind of where I've pulled the majority of what we are going to do from. So both of these books were recommended on that webpage, which are from the same author. And this one is just like questions and answers, and then this one is voices from people who were actually on the Titanic. So we'll be using these two books, and of course the What Is or Who Was series. That we got this one for the Titanic. We like these a lot. They're really easy to read, lots of pictures, and just they're simple, cheap, and normally have a good amount of good information. And then of course the History Smashers book we will be using. So, and then I also picked up this Titanic coloring book for my daughter to work on while we are doing read-alouds and things like that. So we have that as well. But basically what I've done is gotten some things from that website. The one thing that I really loved from that website is this, this is the teacher manual one. There is this science unit basically for the Titanic. So it is a whole bunch of science experiments to do that would pertain to the Titanic. So I'm like super excited about that because we love science stuff around here. So I found that and I thought that would be wonderful. You want your book? And then she also, on that Teaching with a Mountain View, she also had a link to, I believe, her Teacher Pay Teachers. And it has some really good things here and there's everything from like reading things, like language arts, English language arts, and there's even math, and there's even a math page and things like that. So that is the basic one that I've used, and I am going to link to the other one that I printed. I'm not as in love with this one as I am with the original one, but we're still going to try it out because it does seem to be pretty good. But this is another Teacher Pay Teachers, and both of those are going to be linked down below. So between the two Teacher Pay Teachers and the Science Unit Study and all of these books that we have, that is what we're going to be using to put together our Titanic Unit Study. And we're basically just going to be following the History Smashers table of contents. So the first chapter talks about the building of the Titanic, so we'll start with that. Then we'll talk about setting sail. Then we'll talk about just life on the Titanic, what it was like, and then we'll lead our way into the crash and the moments after the crash and things. And then there is in that one Teacher Pay Teachers, there is a talk about like whether or not we should be pulling artifacts up from the wreckage in the bottom of the ocean. So I'm interested to see kind of her viewpoints and on that when we get to that part as well. Will we be watching a movie? I'm not so sure yet. I don't know if she's quite old enough yet. I'm considering it and then just maybe fast forwarding through that, skipping over that one part. But I'm sure we will be watching some documentaries of the Titanic. I know for sure we'll be doing that. I have not actually sourced those yet. As I do find them, I will add them to the description box down below. And then of course I will be updating again later on about how this went for us. So yeah, so we're excited about this. Really, really excited about this, right?
Yeah.
This is what you're most excited about right now? Yeah. So I just wanted to take a second and give you guys a little bit of a closer view on the inside. This was the science one that I was talking about. So it's made by the Discovery Channel. And these are just a few examples of the different activities that are located within. So I was really excited about this. And then there's a lot of them in there. And then this is the first, the answer keys to the first activity, the first teacher pay teachers. The other one did not come with necessarily teacher answer key because it is more like open-ended. So, but then here's her workbook with all of the first one and then the second one, which is this one here. It's a little more open-ended. So this is what we will be using, and then these are the student sheets for that science unit study. And then just a quick look. I forgot to mention this book earlier. It was not in my stack. This is another pick your own ending story. So it's an interactive history adventure of the Titanic. So it's another kind of interactive book that we had. And then the other...
This is Escape This Book Titanic, where you draw inside, that's a bad, okay, where you draw and tear and fold the pages for the adventure. It's very fun.
And then here's a look inside these two books that are written by the same author. But this one is more of like information about the Titanic and the story of the Titanic. And then this one is like a Q&A. So this is more just like fascinating facts and a question and an answer, and then where the statistic was found. So these are kind of going to be our like reference guides that we're going to be using, along with the What Was the Titanic book that is a little more narration style, but still has just general information about the Titanic. And then again, our main spine is going to be
History Smashers. It's for everybody who loves the truth, the whole truth, and the truth only. There's a lot of pictures and comic books in it. And yeah, bye.
And then I'm thinking these are going to be part of our summer reading, which it's a 3-part series about the Titanic, and it's more of like a story format. So I think we'll be reading these as well. And then inside the other book, this was one of the ones that my mother-in-law gave to us, and so it's just about Molly Brown, and it's just an information book. So those are kind of a peek inside of the things that we will be using for this Titanic Unit Study. So we are going to deep dive into this, pun intended, and we will update you guys when we are finished with it. If you have any questions, please let me know down in the comments. I'm happy to answer as much as I can right now since we're just beginning the unit, but I will share as much as I can, especially over on Instagram at Homeschool-ology. I'll try to keep you guys posted on or updated on what we are doing for this unit study. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. So I will talk to you guys again soon. Bye.